Hey everyone, hope you're having a good day today. I wanted to take a few minutes today to reach out. I've had a couple of questions on this recently through a couple of people within a couple of Facebook groups and stuff on how I actually do my displays for shows. Since I'm going to be doing a few shows in the next few weeks here in the Syracuse area, I figured why not take a few minutes to share that information with you guys. I have here today the one of the two twins from the clutch that hatched out last year. This is the bamboo Enchi spider boy that hatched out with the bamboo girl. There's a picture right down here. And he's actually going to be available now because he originally wasn't, because he was only 36 grams when he first came out of the egg. So he's now 312 grams as of today. So he's definitely put on a lot of weight, doing really well, eats both frozen thawed and live. It doesn't matter. It's food. He eats it, which is absolutely amazing and a good thing. But just wanted to take a few minutes. This video isn't sponsored or anything by Husbandry.pro, but I wanted to show you guys how I integrate it into the shows and how it helps me when it comes to just conveying information to people. I do have an affiliate link with them, so if you're interested in more information, I'll give you a little bit more information at the end of the video of how you can sign up if you haven't already signed up. They offer a 30-day free trial for any tier of their plan, so you can really give it a try out. And using the link that I provide just helps the channel out, type of thing. Like I said, I'm not sponsored by them or anything like that. I just really like their software. It helps so much with me keeping track of everything here. So stick around and I'll show you how I set things up a little bit. And here we are with a basic setup for a display for one of the reptile shows. This will also apply to using things like the delis as far as that goes similarly. But I go through and print out using Husbandry.pro. And if you guys want to learn more on how I actually print out these tags, let me know in the comments below, and I'll be glad to do a separate video on that. But I go through Husbandry.pro and select all of the animals that I'm going to have on display for a show, and I print out little tags using my printer that looks something like these that I can use on cards. I'll use just very blank, basic cards that I get right off from Amazon for like $5 or $7 or something like that for like 250 of them. They're really not that expensive. But I'll put the stickers that I print out right on them, so I have that information available. And on the back of the card, I actually put a number. This number corresponds to the snake bag that that particular snake is in. So I don't misidentify or mix up an animal during transportation to or from a show. But these tags that are right here are NFC tags. These tags are either 213 tags or 215 tags. The main difference between the 213s and the 215s are how much data can be written to them. I'm only writing a URL to each of these tags, so the 213s are perfectly fine. The 215s can store a lot more information. But I use the 213s because they're always a little bit cheaper. I can get packs that are like this, just strips of like 50 of them for under $10. So they're really, really inexpensive. And one of the best parts is they're rewritable unless you lock them permanently. So I use Apple, but you can do this same process using any modern Android or Apple phone. It really doesn't matter as long as it has the ability to read and write NFC tags. This QR code is kind of nifty, and I'm going to show you here, but I'm going to have a blow up of the phone as well, just so you can see that in action. But sorry about that, I had a battery failure there. But I am going to go through and again pop up the information on the screen from my phone, and you'll see when I'm scanning with the phone I can get a little pop-up here that highlights to be able to bring up information about that particular snake. And this is right through Husbandry.pro's website, web services. It shows everything. And as you can see on that page, shows that I just did the weight recently for this particular snake. But we're going to use that information to write it to this tag as well. So I'm going to use NFC tools. NFC 21 is another tool that you can use. I just like the NFC tools better because it can actually read the QR code to import the information instead of you having to type everything manually. But we're going to go to write, and I want to write this tag, but I want to write this tag with the QR code information. So I'm going to go to more information, more options, and import from QR code. And then I'm going to read that code. It's going to give me the URL that I want to write to that tag. And then all I want to do is click on write and then put the phone next to the tag. Apple phones, to read an NFC tag is going to be somewhere around here. Most Android phones, from my knowledge, it's in this area right here. But once you're done writing the tag, somebody can come up and just literally hover their phone over the tag and immediately open up the website. So it gives two different options because maybe a person's phone doesn't have NFC capabilities, but using the photo app, it should be able to read the QR code. So you have a couple of options. Another nice thing is some people will go through during a show and take pictures of the displays when it comes to trying to see what animals are available and stuff like that. Having the QR codes, those will also be clickable in pictures as well, and it'll bring up, that's why I have like the codes on the pieces of paper themselves. That brings people to my website. So when they're taking pictures, it's basically free advertising, or if somebody's going around doing recordings of the animals and stuff like that, it's free advertising. But having the QR codes here kind of links that animal to that information. And when it comes to selling a snake, I could take this particular card out if I wanted to and hand it to the customer. I normally keep this card so I can document things myself for sale. But what I do instead is customers get a business card. That business card has a sticker on the back of it. Underneath this sticker is another one of these NFC tags. So they can either scan the QR code or they can use the card itself and pop up the snake's information. I make these and set these up for the animals in advance. I don't know where they're going to go in the individual displays until I get to the show normally. So I'll write these right at the show, and it literally only takes a couple of moments to click through each of them to write them out. So it's a very simple process in that respect to be able to bring information right to a customer's fingertips. Because people will ask, oh, what does that snake eat, or what's that snake's current weight? I'll keep a scale with me to weigh snakes, but sometimes it's nice because I'll weigh everything that I'm bringing to a show the night before and put that right into Husbandry.pro. It's already there. They scan the QR code or they tap the NFC tag, brings the web page information right up to their phone. Poof, it's right there. Otherwise, the information is here. I know some shows, like the Tinley shows, it can get very, very, very dense with the number of people there, and sometimes internet might be spotty. So it's one of those, I still have that information handy offline as well, just in case that happens. But most of the time, this is what I have set up. And I find it very convenient. And again, I take this same concept with the sticker and this NFC tag, and I can do that on a deli container as well if I'm using one of the larger, like, round delis for a larger snake that won't fit into a display like this type of thing. And when they sell this snake, they get the card, so they have all of that information on how to get a hold of me, and then they have all of the information on the snake right there, and then they can click on the actual code in order to pull up all of their feeding information and everything like that. So that's the setup that I use at shows. So there you go. Using Husbandry.pro is a game changer for me, and this is just one of the ways that it helps me to convey information to people without having to worry about miscommunication. With me lip reading predominantly, it helps a lot. If you're interested in Husbandry.pro yourself and you're not already using, please do click on my affiliate link and give them a try. You get a 30-day free trial and take a look to see what they have to offer. If you're interested in any of my animals, please go to my website, shop.pythonaddiction.com, which is hosted through Husbandry.pro and has a listing of all of the animals that I currently have available. If you mention this video up until the end of April of this year, I'll give you 10% off of anything that's listed on the site. Just mention this video when you do your inquiry and I'll make sure to give you the 10% off. But otherwise, please do like this video if you liked what I was going over today. If you have any questions or any suggestions for future content, please do put it in the comments below, as I do read every comment that comes across. Don't forget to hit that subscribe and notification button to get notified of new videos as I put them out. But until next time, I'm Jack. This is Python Addiction. Have a good night. God bless.